N-E-W-T.
T.
And then Gingrich.
For real, how does it spell that?
G-I-N.
M.
N.
For like nothing, whatever. G.
R.
R.
I.
I.
C.
C.
H.
How does I say that? Gingrich.
Gingrich.
Gingrich. All right, wicked.
Gingrich. Okay.
Gingrich. And how's I say the first name?
Newt.
Wagwan, Evertonary. I is here with my main man. His name be Newt Gingrich, and him was the leader of the House of Representatives. Is that right?
Yes.
What policies was you famous for introducing?
Well, probably the most famous was welfare reform. We had a system that paid people to do nothing.
So, how long do you think people should get welfare?
We set a pretty firm system that says that you can be on the system for about 4 years.
But ain't people just getting into it after 4 years?
Well, I mean, most people, we think, should actually go to work.
Do you think that people should get more welfare the longer they is on welfare?
No. We don't think that you earn seniority on welfare.
But surely the longer you is on welfare, it shows that you has got commitment. I mean, you wouldn't like it if you was in a job and didn't get a pay rise.
But our goal is to get you off of welfare, not to make it more desirable for you to stay on welfare.
Do you think dads should be forced to pay for their kids?
Yes. If you create the child, you ought to have an obligation to help pay for the child.
What, even after it's born?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
But if...
Well, and if you're the kind of bum who's going to walk off and leave your kids, the girl shouldn't be with you in the first place. No, I'm not... Look, some guy who says to me, all I want is fun for one night, and then she has to spend the next 20 years raising the child.
For real?
That strikes me as a pretty unfair bargain.
Do you think a woman will ever be president?
Absolutely.
Ain't there a problem that if there is a woman president, they're going to spend all their time on facials, shopping, and getting new shoes?
I think if you said that to most women who could be president, you'd be surprised how tough they are.
But ain't you worried that the old cabinet would be like Brad Pitt on Defence and George Clooney on Elf, you know, because him from ER, you know, and you've just got like all these other good-looking geezers and King Dong in the background,
we've already been through it before. I mean, as I said, Margaret Thatcher was probably one of the 3 best prime ministers of the 20th century.
But wouldn't there be a danger that they'd like fall in love with someone bad like Saddam Hussein?
No more than there is for a man.
Yeah, but women, they love...
They don't have any... I think that's just I think that's a stereotype. I don't think there's
I know from me experience, the worse you treat them, the more they want you. And he could be like doing bad things to the US all the time. It will just get more...
I think that kind of woman would get to be president any more than some guy who's easy to push around. People who get pushed around easily don't get to be president.
But ain't there the problem that if he declares war, she'll just start crying and everything?
The kind of woman who would rise to be president, I think, would be very comfortable saying, if you really want to fight, we'll do what it takes.
But not if she was in love with him.
Well...
Treat him rough, that's what they say on the street.
I think whoever you dated is probably different than the kind of people who get to be president.
Yo, so big it up. You has heard none other than my man, Newt Gingrich. Big up yourself, respect.